Welcome to the May 17th service here at Sweetser Wesleyan Church. We're getting excited because we're getting close to a relaunch, reopening time. And we want to make you aware of the things that we're looking at and planning as we move forward in this time and just invite you to be a part of them. One of the things that we're going to be doing is that we're hoping to relaunch on June the 7th. And we're doing this with the idea that we're like a brand new church. We're coming at this with a new approach. There'll be a new format to things. We're actually going to do it interactive style so that even people who are staying at home can be a part of it. And we're going to be having some interactions, some small group time, and some response time to the messages so that you have an opportunity to really dig into and dive into the things that we're discussing here. And so we hope that you would want to be a part of that. On June the 7th, the way that we're rolling out is this. We're hoping to have two different services on that particular day. At 9 o'clock will be the time that we'll be doing a live stream interactive style service. We will also be providing ministry for children and a nursery at that particular service time. And we're inviting families to come to that particular service and those that have children that would like to have them in a ministry program. And so we're having that for them. Then at 10:30, we'll be having a second service that will be for those that feel a little bit more in the vulnerable category, such as some of the elderly, some people who maybe have chronic health conditions, that kind of thing. We're inviting them in a time when the children and others that might be more contagious, if you will, would be present. We'll have a cleanup time in between so that it should be all fully sanitized here and so forth. And we're kind of dividing up our services that way to start with. Until we get a chance to get to the place where we can all be together again. But this is the first part of the rollout, and so we're looking at that on June the 7th. We may do a dry run of that on May the 31st, just to test our live stream and some of that, and you can tune in for that and look for the details on that in upcoming weeks. Also, some things in the meantime that you can be participating in. There is a what we call speak up time. That happens after this message is watched by you in the morning. At 11 o'clock, there is a group of people that are gathering online via Zoom, and there's a link for that on the website that you can be part of. If you want to join into that group and just talk about the message of the day and dive into it just a little bit more deeply, we encourage and invite you to be a part of that particular discussion. We also have other ongoing ministries that have been going on while we've been on lockdown. One of those has been our youth ministry, what we call TSO, or the Sent Ones. It's a combination of several churches in the area that get together for youth, and we're doing it online via Zoom. And there's also a link for that on the website that you can join in if you have a teenager who would like to be part of that group. And then also we have children's ministry online. Each week you've seen some presentations for children that you can get on with your kids. They can see a whole lesson, a series of lessons on the fruit of the Spirit. And then also they can join in on a weekly activity, a discussion time, a fun time with our children's ministry director, Naomi, who provides a Zoom time at 6 o'clock on Wednesdays for the kids just to gather around. And so if you'd like to be part of that, there's also a link for that on the website if you go to sweetserwesleyan.org. And one other thing that we would just like to encourage is that as we go towards this time of relaunching, that you just be in prayer for what is coming up and what we'll be getting into. We really feel like this is an exciting time, a great time of getting together. In preparation for this new relaunch and this new way of looking at church, one of the things that we're doing is also providing evangelism training. Ways that people can learn to tell their own story, tell God's story, be able to bridge those gaps in those two stories with the people that you're trying to reach. And this Wednesday evening, May 20th at 6:30 here at the church, we're going to be having people who would like to be trained in evangelism to come and join us. We're hoping to have at least 12 there. Jesus worked with 12 disciples. We would like to be able to work with 12 people who really have a heart for their lost friends, neighbors, relatives that they would like to see come to Christ. And so we're going to be doing that training 6:30 live And if you would like to be a part of that, we want to limit it to 12. And so if you want to be a part, please send an email message, sweetserwesleyan@gmail.com, and let us know that you're planning to come. And that way we know how many to expect and what to prepare for. But we would certainly encourage you to be a part of that, because we really need to be able to reach lost people for Jesus Christ in order to build his kingdom in this place. And so we encourage and invite you to come out to that. All these things are going on, so there's lots of great things coming up that we can celebrate, and I trust that you are ready and prepared for this new journey as we go forward in Sweetser Wesleyan Church.